Orville. Are you guys ready for the Orville tonight? Woohoo! Hey gang, I'm JP and welcome to Talking the Orville pre-show live stream super chat explosion gigante. I should add that today. I don't know if I can add any more words to that title. But today we're going to have a great time talking about the all-new episode of the Orville, New Dimension, airing really soon, within the hour. Some of you are going to be leaving and leaving this conversation and going to watch the show, as you should. The Orville deserves it more than I do. Now, before this music instantly turns itself off, let me just jump ahead and do it for it. There we go. This show's never going to be smooth, you guys, but it's great to see you guys once again. Are you guys excited for New Dimension, even though it's the 11th? Second to last episode of season 1 of the Orville. There's only one more episode left next week, episode 12. Mad Idol Tree. We won't get ahead of ourselves and talk too much about that, even though I think there's gonna be some. I already got a little tidbits of information coming in, so we're gonna have a long hiatus before we get season 2 of the Orville, you guys. It's gonna be a long wait, but fear not. The entire time that we wait, I'll be chugging along with Talking the Orville, giving you, hopefully, as long as there's something to talk about, a weekly offering of Orville video type stuff. Anyway, Talking the Orville, you know what I do. You know what I do here, you guys. But anyway, let's get into this. Let's see who's here. We have the participants, as they are called through YouTube. Dichotomy, welcome back. DJ Michelle Starr, what's up? My DJ name is DJ Tanner. What? Fractured Vision, what's up, Fractured Vision? Little Boots, Mr. Shadow, XXXXX, Nonal03, Paul I'm sorry, Paul, I'm gonna mess this up. Crushwitz. Hopefully that's awesome enough. Pure Mark 403, Redneck Nerdvana Customs, Robert Calhoun, how's it going, Robert? Star Siege Player, you play some Star Siege, all right. The Gentleman Scoundrel, I'm a gentleman adventurer, so from one gentleman to another. Hello. Turrican Rex, how's it going on your side of the world, Turrican Rex? Anthony Spec F, welcome back. It is so good to see you. Hung Win, welcome back as well. I'm probably missing some people as you file in here, but we'll get back to that with the goodbyes and the, you know, go watch the show type stuff. Let me turn this music down a little bit. It's kind of distracting. So tonight I have 3 clips from tonight's episode. So just to warn you, I do have, I guess you could call them spoilers, but I mean they are released by the Orville on YouTube about an hour ago. So I have access to those. They are loaded up, ready to play. We're gonna watch them together. Hopefully we don't have too many too many technical difficulties, as we like to have here every time we stream. We'll see how it goes. We'll also watch the preview for the episode, New Dimension. Now, New Dimension is very interesting, you guys, because first off, the name New Dimension. Are they going to a new dimension, or is someone from a new dimension, you know, coming into our dimension? Or does it have nothing to do with dimensions, and there's just a new dimension to the ship layout, or the crew layout, if you will? Fractured Vision, you mentioned something about losing Chief Newton. I don't know anything about that, but I do know that they're making some changes with the chief engineer position on tonight's episode that may surprise you. So I don't know if Newton is gone because the actor's like, I don't need this, or if they just wrote him off the show without him wanting to leave. I don't know. I'll have to dig into that, or maybe you guys have some information. Let's see what you guys are saying. Dichotomy says, I'm getting lag, but hi. You know what? Because I got the stream here on my other screen, and I'm getting lag too. Like every couple seconds it freezes up. But it says my stream health is green. Good, your viewers are happy. No, YouTube. Dichotomy says that he's not happy. Or she's not happy. I don't know which is which. And I'm not happy either. I'm freezing up over here. That's stupid, you guys. Stupid YouTube. That's another way they're trying to stifle my creativity. Anyway. Dichotomy says it's a mirror universe episode. Ooh. Would this be their way of doing a mirror universe? I mean, I have no idea, because the Orville is very tight-fisted when it comes to releasing details. Though Adrian Pilecki, I guess the cast was on, was it The View or The Chat or The Chew? Oh, those stupid shows. And she revealed some information about the episode that we did not know about yet. So I don't know if YouTube included, or the Orville on YouTube included this new clip because she spilled the beans, or what. But anyway, I have the clip here from the episode to watch about the information that she spilled. Spoilers, you guys. Oh well. Let's see. Star Siege says, I know Newton was good, but I'm really excited about the replacement. Oh, right. I know who the replacement is, or at least I know who they want it to be, which we'll talk about, because I have the clip that I don't know if it reveals the final results, but it reveals some of the discussion the crew's having about it. And where's Newton going? Is he like sad that Lieutenant Payne got killed to death? I don't know. Turk and Rex says, hey JP, do you know... Nice, Turk. And hey JP, do you know who Dictor Van Doomcock is? I want you both do a cooperation Orville episode. Well, I don't know if... I do know who Dictor Von Doomcock is. I just discovered Dictor just a couple days ago, actually. Monday, I believe it was. And I watched like 3 of his episodes, and he talks about the Orville, he talks about Star Trek, a bunch of other stuff. Dictor Von Doomstick, I love Dictor, because I put on this thing that, you know, it's talking about the Orville, and I'm like, what the hell is this? I click play. It's a very small channel, and like, you know, 500 subscribers or something like that. And this dude is putting on, not only has wonderful reviews of things that are very insightful and fun, but also this dude is putting on a show. Kind of like with me at Egotastic FunTimes, and I'm just a dude talking to the camera, you know, sometimes a web camera, talking to the camera about what I thought about something. I'm putting in clips, I'm writing jokes, I'm, you know, doing little sketches and stuff like that. This whole guy's thing is a sketch, so I recommend, I'm not going to talk too much about him because I'm going on, which I can do. You guys go check out Dictor Von Doomcock. I love him. DJ Michelle Starr. So who's new helmsman to replace? You let the cat out of the bag, which I'm about to do in a minute here anyway. Texas Dog 3, how's it going? The Orville rules. Robert Calhoun, Tora gets better every episode. Hung Win, anyone's stream working? Is other people having problems? Now, there might be a YouTube thing, because everything here seems to be working. My stream's going good. I got the frames per second. My stream health is supposedly good. Damn, I hope I'm not having a problem. I just restarted my computer before we started this. I hope it's not on my end. Star Siege says, I also really like Doomcock's channel. We gotta support Doomcock, you guys. Carlos Gallardo, or Gallardo. Hello, Orvillians. Kenny Kent, hello from Portland. Robert Calhoun likes Doomcock. Yeah, I have nothing to do with Doomcock, but, you know, he's an exciting guy to talk about. I think his channel's gonna explode. Jeff McNally says the stream looks good. Okay, I'm glad I got some confirmation it's not on my end. It must be a YouTube thing, you guys. Star Siege gets sporadic stuttering. Damn it. Damn it. DJ Michelle Star says the stream's okay, occasional laggy, but batches up. Yeah, that must be YouTube doing their thing. Dichotomy says I restarted it and that seemed to help. Man, if you guys all restart, that's double the views for me. I mean, what? I don't know. I'm sorry, Pure Mark. Pure Mark sucks. So, okay, the new name of this stream is going to be Talking to Orville, pre-show, live stream, YouTube, What's Wrong With You, Super Chat, Explosion. Oh, Samuel Custer wants to know your favorite character so far. That's a tough one. Here's the thing is, you know, I love Captain Mercer, you know, I love Seth MacFarlane, but he's probably not anyone's favorite character just because he's the, you know, he's the head honcho. The show's really about, you know, him stewarding all these, you know, characters. I love Bortus, but of course we haven't been getting enough of Bortus. Isaac's great. The thing is still, even this far in the season, and different characters are getting, you know, their due. Stories about them. We're still not have enough information to really pick, to really understand these characters. I love John and Gordon, but still we need to see more from them. Initially, my first, you know, episode 1, I was like, oh, I'm all about Gordon, because that's basically me, you know, piloting a starship, except for, you know, he's an actor, you know, a star. But I'm gonna go right now. I'm gonna say John Lamar is my favorite, just because his little things that he does all of a sudden is just so like normal person behavior in the 25th century. It's amazing. Anthony Specf says, I want to see more Elevator Dan. Well, that's see, that's played by what's his name, Mike Henry, who plays Cleveland on Family Guy. And it's Lieutenant Dan, which is funny. He actually is Lieutenant Dan on the show, and Dan is spelled D-A-N-N because it's more alien if you had another N to it. Star Siege Player says, I don't know if I can pick a favorite, but I love them all, including Ed. Yeah, that's the thing, is I love them all too. I don't hate her. I don't dislike her. I enjoy her, but Claire is probably my least favorite. Just because she's not as fun, even though she's had some great great stuff they've had her do on the show this season. She's probably got to act more, do more like real in-depth acting than anyone else on the show this season. DJ Michelle Starr, vote for Bortus. Great straight man, you will be silent. He is a great straight man for a gay guy. You know what, one thing I might do an episode about, well, I'll do this when I do the Bortus character spotlight. I love the fact that Bortus is a gay man, but nobody realizes it. Like, you know, you get people, which is fine. That's how successful the Orville is. When they get something that other people will be like, oh god, you know, on they have gay characters on Discovery. People are like, oh, social justice, where they got gay characters? Blah, blah, blah. Well, of course they got gay characters. There's gay people in the world, tons of them. Tons of them. They're a huge, gigantic minority. They're a majority of the minority, and of course they do. But it's very noticeable because CBS is like, we're putting some gay dudes here for you to look at and notice. Whereas the Orville's like, yeah, it's just a normal thing, so no one's even paying attention to it because it's just normal. And I love that about the Orville. Turkin Rex says, I have no favorite character. I like the whole crew. Yeah, that's the thing. Uh-oh, Hung Wen says, is JP still here? Uh-oh. maybe different people are having problems, whereas others are not. Terrelyn Pup, it's a great team they've gathered, and the writers keep us coming back each week. Actually, I just finished a new episode, well, developing a new episode for Talking the Orville that talks about why the Orville is so great. And, you know, I'm not going to go into it here. I should have that up on Saturday. So, you know, it's called Why You Should Watch the Orville. Actually, I think it's called Why Critics Hate the Orville and You Should Watch It. Something like that. Anyway, I got to film it and edit it and, you know, do the work side. You guys don't need to worry about that. But I'll have that up on Saturday. Kelly Rayburn says, Bortus isn't gay. Every one of his species is male. Yeah, but if you're a male having sex with a male and you like it, you're a gay male. No matter, even if there is no other options. But that's fine. They probably don't have a label for it on their planet, which makes sense as well. They would just call it sex. Dichotomy. It died before Hung mentioned it for me and came back the second you mentioned his post. Pause McGraw's, yo JP, what's up? Remember that when that was popular? Let me pull a Gordon Malloy moment for you guys. You guys remember when everyone was going what's up in the 90s? That's something Gordon Malloy would know about. Lieutenant Picard. Oh, poor Lieutenant Picard. Great show, my friend. Love your channel. Thank you so much, Lieutenant Picard. I'm sorry you never got those promotions that you wanted and never achieved greatness like Captain Picard did. Oh, that's one of my favorite episodes, you guys. That's when Picard gets, you know, I think we've talked about this before. He gets stabbed right in the back and he laughs. Play it down, John Human. By the way, Lieutenant Picard, I have, not anybody knows this, but I am the creator and the only person that runs the Captain Jean-Luc Picard Facebook page. The #1 Captain Picard Facebook page in existence. Shh, keep it a secret. Nobody knows that it's not Captain Picard running that thing, because I never break character on that one. Yes, Samuel Custer, that's one of my favorite TNG episodes. I can't wait years from now when we have tons of Orville episodes to reflect upon and to rewatch. Which ones we're going to be like, oh, that's my favorite. I bet you all of us are going to have episodes that are our favorites that don't even exist yet, haven't even been written yet. That's how hopeful I am for this show. And the fans, too. Fans, this show, just so you guys know, because, you know, people worry. I still get people saying, oh, I hope they don't cancel the show. I'm like, no, the show's been renewed. The Orville actually is the #1 brand new fall TV show of the season. There's a couple shows that beat it, but they're return shows, season 2, season 3, you know, series type shows. But Orville for a new series is #1 right now. Richard Bradshaw, the Orville is more than a sci-fi comedy. I'm not sure that it can be classified. I talk about that same exact thing, Richard, in this coming Saturday's episode of Talking the Orville, how it is, and this is one of the problems that the critics have with it, is that they can't, you know, they don't know what to do with it, because it's a comedy, it's a drama, it's action, it's, you know, a workplace thing, and they're confused by it. They don't know where to classify it, and that's and they say it can't figure out its tone. I'm like, no, being all those things is its tone. That's what the Orville is. It's you know, it's like an onion, very layered. It has tons, it's not just one thing. And I think in today's television climate, that's very confusing to people. Ooh, Tapestry, that's a good one. Creoflux. All right, Lieutenant Picard, I'm joining as soon as I can, man. Yeah, you just click on the like button. It's got like, I think I have almost 12,000 fans on that one, and it's very active. There's a whole discussion board and everything, but also I have a group connected to it that I also created and run called 10 Forward, and that's, you know, it's 10 Forward. It's a private group called 10 Forward. You can join that too. I've heard that, Robert Calhoun. Orville is MASH in space. Yeah, that's very true. Because MASH, for those of you who used to watch TV 86 years ago, like I did. MASH, you know, was serious. You know, took place in the Korean War. Very serious show, topic, but it was a comedy as well, and it was a sitcom. Yeah, we were just talking about that Aporrelos. JP, have you seen Dictor Von Doomcock's Orville discussion? Yes, we were just talking about Dictor. Dictor is great, you guys. He's very different. He's very different. And he's putting on a production, so I highly recommend checking it out. It might not be your thing, but I super appreciate the fact that he's not only giving great reviews, but he's putting on a show and doing something different, which YouTube really needs. Dichotomy, has STD got its legs then? Oh, well. I started jumping into STD a little bit, and I have a hard time with it. You know, I have hate for it, you know, way before it aired, but it has nothing to do with the show. I was like, I'll give the show a fair chance, but then I started jumping into it. I'm like, I don't like it. It looks great. It's very well done, but it's not Star Trek. And the main character, Michael Burnham, is just so horrible, just unlikable, a criminal to me. The show should have ended at the episode 2 of the pre-pilot. The first two episodes aren't even the pilot of the show, it's a pre-pilot to the pilot. When they put her away, I'm like, boom, that's a perfect ending for this show. No need to have more than 2 episodes. Turk and Rex, STD is an awful sci-fi show, shitting on all prime Star Trek fans. We'll have to, you know, we'll do a whole STD live stream discussion at some point, because I'm still not far enough into it. But I have a prediction, and then I'll leave it at this, that the whole show will end up being, you know, no harm, no foul. Because I think they're going to Michael Burnham is going to do something at the end that resets the entire universe, so that all that stuff that they're doing in this show never happened. I'm pretty sure. And we'll get into that some other time, you guys. Creoflux, yeah, I can't believe she left The Walking Dead for this. You're talking about Sonequa something Green. Yeah, she played Sasha, I think her character on The Walking Dead was for it. On The Walking Dead was, and I loved her on that. Of course, everyone you love on The Walking Dead's gone, so. Mr. Pete, I call her boy named Burnham. Yeah, well, her name's Michael, which I'm fine with that. I'm fine with, there's women nowadays that are named Michael. There are women that exist. I've seen them. They're called Michael, and that's fine with that. But I think the thing is the reason they named her Michael is because they were trying to make a point. I think the music's too loud. They were trying to make a point, and so now the name is just distracting you from, maybe they need a distraction from what's going on in the show. Yeah, Web Duelist. I guess YouTube's having a problem because some people are fine, other people are having lag issues and buffering issues. I'm one of those people having lag issues and buffering issues. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Okay. So, oh well. Hopefully the show isn't ruined. Hopefully when we're done with this stream and someone rewatches it, which lots of people do, which I'm surprised. They watch it not live, which is great, amazing to me. Hopefully they have a clear, you know, visual. Turk and Rex, FUSTD, and let's talk about Orville. I agree. Tonight's episode, oh, I have some pictures. They just released, usually the Orville has these pictures of the new episode up in time for me to incorporate them into my preview episodes that I do for the episodes of, but they didn't this time, so but I got them now, so let's just do them on the live stream. Here is, of course, you're probably familiar with this one. Here's the back end of Kelly, Ed, and Claire finding Captain Horbalak, I believe his name is. Fractured Vision says YouTube is trying to flag the chat real time. So there's that. here's the front end. Now look at this. Look at this crazy get up here that they got going on. I can't wait to see this in action. What kind of work they put into this prosthetic piece. The actor's not going to be able to emote at all with this. So, you know, there's going to be people working it to have it, you know, emote. I have another picture. Now check this out. This is a hardcore picture of Captain Horrible. What? I assume that's a Horrible. What the hell? Look at this. Look at it. Look at it. What is going on? Dubstep in it. And then we have now there's something going on with this episode. Actually, before I show this picture, actually let me do a preemptive thing. Here's Isaac and John. Now I know John is talked about in this episode. I don't know what he does. Yeah, that's me before having my coffee. So let's go ahead and watch a clip having to do with John. We have... I just got to press some buttons real quick to make things happen, you guys. I apologize.
Hey.
Take a look at this.
Is this accurate?
I confirmed it with the Union Central database just to be sure. Ed, that aptitude rating is through the roof. Aside from Isaac, John is the smartest officer on board.
My God, he sure doesn't act like it. I heard about the Yaphet thing.
Yeah, I spoke to Yaphet and calmed him down.
How did we not know about this?
I'm gonna talk to John and try to get the full story. But Ed, I have a suggestion for you. With Newton leaving, what about John?
For what?
Chief engineer. You okay?
Yeah, wow, that's a hard sell.
Why? Look at the numbers. Advanced engineering test scores at Union Point were off the charts.
Look, he's obviously brilliant, I'll give you that, but heading up a division is about more than just smarts. He's never shown any indication of leadership ability. He'd have to oversee a lot of personnel.
He's never had the chance. He could surprise us.
Kelly, he fed a guy to another guy. That's not something a department head does.
Come on, you know those two. Odds are Gordon was the brain trust behind that stunt.
Well, John just went along with it. That only proves my point.
Look, all I'm saying is that maybe somewhere he's got it in him.
That must be the new dimension. That must be the new dimension, you guys.
Wait! Before you click away,
No,
do me a favor.
Wait. What? I gotta figure out my buttons, you guys. Hold on. You guys, what's up with that? So, that must be when they get to the new dimension, but they also had some spoilers that I didn't care for in that scene. Ugh. Well, I don't know. Here's what I don't like about that. Because that was the first time I watched that scene, you guys. Here's what I don't like about John becoming the chief. Remember when Geordi LaForge became the official chief engineer? He was never on the bridge anymore. They would always just say, hey, chief, can I get blah, blah, blah? And he'd go, yeah, captain, I can do that, blah, blah, blah. And then they'd cut away from him. And you never see him, except for when there was an episode about him, or if, you know, Data was doing something. That was it. So I don't want John to be off the bridge. So I'm going to say, let's pass over John and keep him as a helmsman, all right? And apparently Newton's leaving, but it's a, you know, he didn't die. He's just leaving, unless they know something he doesn't. I know, Mr. Pete, Newton can't leave. No, he was just starting to get interesting, especially when he brought out that drill on the Priya episode. I was like, oh, we need more Newton. So I hope they don't promote John. I like the idea of John being the smartest guy on the ship and not wanting to do any more than what he's doing. Because that is so much more realistic. Anthony Spec F. Newton better not Tasha Yar on us. That's right, I agree. Star Siege player, and this is why Kelly is a good character too. As a first officer, she is in charge of the personnel and doing research and finding untapped potential is exactly why she's a good first officer. And if you go back and watch TNG, number 1, Riker, he was in charge of personnel as well. I guess that's what first officers do. Richard Bradshaw says, I like Newton. I like Newton too. I'm going to be sorry to see Newton go. I guess the loss of Lieutenant Payne was just too much for him to bear. I wonder if they're going to say something about that, because I'm guessing there's going to be a scene where he's like, Captain, I'm going to quit. You know, I don't know if they're going to bring that up. Yeah, I've thought about that too, Dichotomy. Dichotomy says, I always found it odd that they had 2 characters named after Isaac Newton. Well, Isaac isn't named after Isaac Newton. He's named after the guy who plays Lorca on Discovery. What, Jason Isaac? Is that his name? Robert Calhoun, someone needs to tell Newton the heart goes on. Bortus can tell him that. He could sing it to him. So I hear. Richard Bradshaw says, I am just hoping that Fox doesn't do a Firefly on us. Well, it's already too late. They're giving us a 2nd season. So we're good. But of course, you can't trust anything nowadays. We were told by Fox that we were getting 13 episodes of The Orville. And in fact, those episodes were filmed and finished being edited a long time ago, and was ready to, just to be sent to the television stream, and they decided to push it to next season. Some people are saying that it's supposed to be like a really great episode, so they decided, since the show's already doing amazingly well amongst viewers, that they might as well use that little grab of whatever's going on in that episode and put it in season 2, so it can bring people, new people into season 2. Bye, Newton, Mr. Pete says. Who's he named? Dichotomy says, who's he named after? I lagged out at the worst time. He's named after Jason Isaac. I think that's his name, the guy who plays Lorca on Discovery. 8 amp Polaros. 8 amp Polaros. I'm surprised how much I love Kelly as a character. I think Adrienne is criminally underrated as an actor. Kelly won't beat Spock, but I feel she could give Riker a run for best first officer. I don't know. Can she play the trumpet? Riker can play the trumpet. Yeah, Kelly is great. I do like Kelly, not only as a first officer, but just as the character of Kelly on the show. I think Adrian Palicki is doing great. Yes, Robert Calhoun says the last episode on the night, the 13th episode, was supposed to air on the same day as the release of the new Star Wars movie, so it's probably a good thing to move it. Yeah, I didn't put 2 and 2 together, but there was something in the back of my head, because earlier today I did see something about The Last Jedi release date, and I'm like, oh, why does that date sound familiar? Makes sense. Of course, they could have just said that instead of coming up with, scheduling. Just tell us that you didn't want to compete with Star Wars with your finale. We understand. We know what Star Wars is. We know, it'll kill anyone else's opening night. I guarantee you no other movies, except for movies that are very different, grandma and grandpa movies, will only be coming out that day, besides Star Wars. Yeah, grocery bag, lots of buffering. If anyone could chime in, different people who are having a fine stream and people having a bad stream, go ahead and give a upvote or a downvote so I can see what's going on as far as how many people are getting a good stream here. We might have to. I hate to do it, but just in case it's on my end, I should shut all this down and restart the computer and then restart the stream. But God, that's gonna be like 10 minutes. Well, probably 5 minutes. It'll feel like 15 minutes. Alright, DJ Michelle Starr said I dropped down to 144, down to 144p, and it's better. So if you guys want to dumb down your your HD, your HDs. See, I'm getting 360 on mine and it's buffering. See, it could be my internet, even though my stream says it's coming in good. I'm using the 5.0. I don't know, you guys. So much buffering. Lots of loading. Stream is terrible here. That's a lot of people saying that it's Anthony Speck says YouTube is now demonetizing packets. Alright, so there's a lot of you having problems. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end this stream. I'm gonna restart my computer, and hopefully some of you will stick around, and I'll start this back up. Computers and technology, you guys. And we'll continue on. And I'm sorry for what hopefully the problem is on my end, so this will fix it. So let's go ahead and do that. I'll see you guys in 4 or 5 minutes. I'm gonna